Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Imperial Holonet. I am JID123.
I'm Red Leader Antilles.
And I didn't know we were starting, and I'm Miracle.
And welcome to our news roundup. Okay, where shall we begin, my friends, on our journey?
Let's begin with something that we all are really big fans of. Power Rangers!
Go, go, Power Rangers!
Go,
Where's
go,
Linkara
Power
when you need
Rangers.
so we can go on a Power Rangers tirade for 20 hours? Oh, I love that.
So, we got some images of the Zords. They look decent, I guess. I can't make out what half of them actually really look like. I mean, they don't look like dinosaurs, really.
Wait, there are dinosaurs in Power Rangers?
No, their Zords are based on dinosaurs.
Oh.
They look...
But you seriously don't want to talk about, like pterodactyl, triceratops. You seriously don't know that?
They look kind of...
The morphine sequence is like the most iconic thing ever.
I'm an oblivious person.
They look more like Pacific Rim creatures. Robots.
Yeah. I mean, that would be the coolest crossover ever.
I love Pacific Rim. We should do commentary on that one day. I have the DVD. But
yeah, so they look decent.
I have no investment in this film, sadly. And I don't even, not because I don't dislike Power Rangers, just I've never been a Power Rangers guy.
I'm the same way. I've seen all of maybe 1 or 2 minutes of something of it, and I owned one figure at one point.
So I am excited to hear Linkara's thoughts when that movie comes out.
Yep. Yes, we got some Pokemon news. There's a Pokemon named Passim, which is a monkey, and it's exclusive to Sun. And then there's a orangutan that's from Moon. And then the dog Pokemon has different forms for each game. One of which is a werewolf. And then the Z moves are even more OP than before. That's cool. We got Pokemon Generations number 4, which is essentially how Blue won the Pokemon League from Lance, and Agatha's voice is absolutely terrifying and kind of weird. Lance is epic, though, and his Dragonite is epic, so it's still fun. It's just Gen 1 stuff for now, though, and that's kind of sad. But they'll probably get out of that soon. But yeah, so next is, I guess, Alina Anya, I believe is how you pronounce that.
Sounds good to me.
Says that she is playing a villain in Wonder Woman.
Okay.
Female Jigsaw, as Johnny and I called her.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we still have no gauge on who this is, but it's a villain. That narrows it down.
Could be anybody. It could be anybody.
Could be anybody, and I'm not familiar with Wonder Woman, so I'm out of my league here.
In other news, a hatted J. Jonah Jameson stands next to the bat signal.
Yes, and it's amazing.
Oh, it looks so good, especially with the reflection. We got a first look of Gordon, and he looks like classic, Golden Age Gordon. It's awesome.
Yeah,
it's awesome, but it's in Justice League, so I'm still nervous.
I think we all are.
Yeah.
But, the Batfleck movie, but maybe he'll be in the Batfleck movie.
Oh, yeah, and I look forward to seeing him in the Batfleck movie, because that's probably where he's going to shine.
Yep.
And Batfleck, you'd be stupid not to use J.K. Simmons to your disposal. He's J.K. freaking Simmons.
Who looks like Commissioner Gordon. Straight out of the page. I think the last time I saw that was in... I don't know, Dark Knight. Commissioner Gordon looked a lot like it. Well, he looked more like Year 1 Gordon. Not Year 1.
Yeah, I mean... The Gordon in '89, despite not being like Gordon at all, looks pretty similar to Golden Age Gordon, at least in the fact that he's more pudgy.
That's true.
Well, we don't talk about '89 Gordon.
Yeah. Except for in Forever when he walks out in his slippers, which is just hilarious.
Huh.
Does he sleep at the police station? I mean, in the comics, that's true, but it's done in a much darker way, where like his wife leaves him because of that, and like afterwards, he doesn't even have a house. He just lives in his freaking office after Barbara leaves him, and he's all depressed.
Yeah.
That's
And then
funny.
after Gotham, it's like Barbara leaves him, like shooting off fireworks. Yeah,
Wow.
because she's evil in that show. She's like pure evil,
Uh,
and then they just straight up make her a psychopathic killer.
I could go for an evil Barbara Gordon.
it's funny how everybody
No. Barbara as in his wife.
It's funny how everybody hated her as
Yeah.
you hated her in terms of her performance, and then they just straight up decide, we're gonna make her crazy. She's evil now,
Exactly.
but now you can hate her for good reasons.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're talking
Yeah.
about Gotham, Barbara?
Yep.
Pretty much.
Oh, and I've heard that from out.
It's amazing. It's like Felicity if they just straight up admitted that she was evil.
I was thinking what
That
she
would fix a lot of
that
problems.
digressed, but she actually got killed in the Flash and Arrow crossover.
Oh yes, Steve was talking about how when they show everyone get incinerated, he was watching that on a loop.
Incinerate. Why am I saying like that, like a Dalek? I don't know.
Hey, well, anytime it's an 8,
That's right. I think they
it's
actually
like you're
have
just doing
shouted.
the alphabet, or not? Oh my god, I just called it the alphabet. Doing the counting numbers, just 8.
I think they actually
Yeah,
have shouted incinerate once. That's a big finish thing.
But yeah, so we got some Star Wars news.
Lots of stuff.
There's some
talking?
pop figures. We got to see the Death Trooper and Sergeant Jyn Erso, meaning Jyn becomes a sergeant at some point. Good for her, climbing up the ranks. It's the Jyn we see with the poncho and goggles that looks awesome, and that we still don't really know where it takes place in the movie.
Oh, that.
Iradu, which I think pretty much is just confirmed that is a planet. I'm guessing there. So this pretty much confirms that Iradu is probably its own world, which the previous toys showed.
Okay, so that means we have 3 planets then?
Hold on. We've got Yavin 4,
Oh, yeah.
Scarif,
Dark out of the oven.
Thingamajig, Jeddah, and Yadu.
So I guess they go to Scarif first, then Ariadu. Like, I wonder which one. I heard that the.
I'm almost thinking. Well, no, Scarif's at the end.
Really? Because I heard the Canyon planet where Darth Vader is going to make his big appearance.
That's just speculation. I'm thinking that might be Iradu or Yadu. I forget what it's called.
Interesting.
That's my speculation because we see Jyn in the wearing the hat when they're climbing up the things, and we have that gif of K2SO dropping the bag.
I thought that was on Onderon. Or not Onderon, it's Jeddah, sorry.
We keep thinking it's Jeddah, but we have no proof that it's Jeddah.
That's true.
And she's not wearing that outfit on Jeddah, nor is Cassie wearing his. But no, Cassie's wearing his poofy sweater thing, but he's wearing that throughout like half the film.
That's true. It's going to be interesting to say the least. Tone and structure are still my biggest concerns of this movie, but everything else looks fine. Especially balancing.
And also, people have been speculating something and so the Death Troopers attacked Jyn and her family when she was like 6, right? Wait, no, it's 16. So when do you think that opening happens? Oh, no, sorry, 13. So is that 13 years into the thing, or is she older than that?
They could fudge her age. I mean,
I don't know. I think the character's supposed to be like mid-20s. So
she's probably she always looked older than Luke, but I get that the actress.
Well, everyone looks older than Mark Hamill did in episode 4.
That is true.
Except Leia.
Well, yeah, because she was actually like a few months younger.
It's
kind of like those two are a lot like in contrast to Harrison Ford, a lot like with the Trinity in Harry Potter, where like by the time of shooting for Philosopher's Stone, you got like 2 12-year-olds, and then Emma Watson was like 9.
Oh wow!
So there's an age difference there, or like Tad. It's like there's a big age difference.
That's true. I always got the feeling. This is my kind of prediction. If we also put in Catalyst, that I don't know how far out of the prequel era Catalyst is going to go. Like, if it's going to stick.
Catalyst is in the prequel era.
Well, I know that, but is it going to go beyond that? Like by the end? or not.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm wondering if it's actually gonna end with the family getting found and the Death Trooper stuff.
Like that like the escape, but
on Scotland World.
Yeah.
Scotland World.
That's what we do. It's kind of like how we just say Dubrovnik planet.
Dubrovnik.
Like we can't do anything else. We just have to say that's what the name of the place they filmed in is. Which I guess that means it's 5 planets in Rogue One.
Well, obviously the movie has to start with the death of Jin's family, because it would totally parallel Godzilla 2014, where a family member died in that film at the beginning. So that's my big guess right there.
And also kind of parallel with A New Hope.
But there were no family members.
They're kind of roast Lyra, aren't they?
Oh yeah, she dead. She did her. Like
straight up roast.
Oh god.
Maybe we keep speculating on how the film's gonna end. What if we just cut ahead to Owen and Beru getting burnt?
Oh, yikes.
Like, just for the hell of it.
What's kind of one of those things with Rogue One is like how well...
Like, how's this for a PG-13?
You
see Gareth Edwards with a flamethrower? How's this, Disney? It's like, I thought you wanted the PG-13. Yeah, but I would make an R-rated Star Wars film just to show that scene, just so I could have Robot Chicken Owen say, "Hey, Little Orphan Annie was funny, and you know it. Little Orphan Annie, ha, ha, ha." That was still so perfect.
But yeah.
Also, I actually prefer the other version of single file, man, single file. Blame it on the Sand People. But back to pop figures.
Back to pop figures. Right, we weren't talking about Rogue One. We were talking about.
The Death Trooper looks really cool. I love the green. I didn't realize that the breathing apparatus system was green as well.
Nice.
Yeah. Also, I like the goggles.
They're gonna be cool.
Rian Johnson defends the prequels by saying, "I understand how you feel, but if you're a fan of the PT, you know that a huge amount of practical and FX they had a huge amount of practical FX and sets," which is completely true. In fact, funnily enough, apparently the prequels actually had more sets than the original trilogy. Obviously, yes, each one of those has CG in them. I'm not going to dispute that. Just people, get your facts right before you criticize.
They probably have more sets because they go to more places in the OT did.
Exactly. Plus, people are always like, "Oh, they didn't shoot on location." People like, look at how the biggest thing that pissed me off was with Episode 7, where people were like, "Look, they're shooting in where did they shoot Episode 4? Tunisia. People are like, they're shooting in Tunisia. Take that, prequels. They're shooting on location. I'm like, you do realize Episode 1 and 2 shot in location in Tunisia. And Episode 3 used footage from Tunisia that they shot for Episode 2. Or for Episode 3 when they shot Episode 2. And that they built practically a fucking town in the middle of the Tunisian desert.
I want to go to that town. That'd be awesome.
Well,
I don't want to go. I don't want to go to Tunisia.
Remember though, it got destroyed accidentally. Months of hard work and it got swept away.
Oh,
and all the pod racers that they practically built all the pod racers, and all of them got destroyed except for Anakin's.
Oh wow!
It was hell.
Everything got to see Episode 1 on TV again. It was a lot of fun.
The hover tank figure has been revealed. Not the figure. We're not getting one, but we got the hover tank gunner and a close-up look of the E11, which looks really good in this make for the Black Series 6-inch. We got Thrawn whispering into. Oh, not that. We got Thrawn. We got recanonization of the way that Scout Trooper helmets used. Well, sort of recanonization of the way Scout Trooper helmets used to work.
I didn't know that's how it used to work, to be honest. I always just thought you just take them off your head.
Nope, they actually fold up like that. They would go up in a different way. Sometimes they would split off into two sides. I think this is a little weird and kind of dumb just the way it's done here, just because it would be too top heavy. Like, that's not going to be
Yeah.
relaxing. The way it's supposed to be is that there's a mechanism that I think, like, lifts it up more. Here it looks like you just slide it back, which, again, would just put pressure on your head. It's like, the point of taking your helmet off is to get relaxation, isn't it? Like, between breaks?
Is
When
it
taking a break?
sad that I thought that was a toy-only thing?
What?
The lifting the helmet up.
I didn't even know that's what they did. I didn't recognize. I actually didn't notice that.
Well,
until someone brought it up.
it was done in toys, definitely.
Yeah, I had a toy that did that.
And yeah, it functions like the Iron Man helmet, weirdly. But yeah, that's definitely it. Definitely does function like that. Even though what do you call them? ARF troopers. Not ARF troopers. ATRT guys did that a few times, and I think that's how their helmets function, if I'm correct. Oh no! Sorry, there were just straight up scout troopers on Kashyyyk, and I think they function like that. You can go on theforce.net, and if you're curious, there's a forum that people are posting tons of images of this. Because people are like, is that how it works? It's like, yes, it's from Legends. It's the people like posting like image after image. But yeah, so Hera's carrying an idol or something. And then Chopper's like attacking some stormtroopers who apparently, I don't know if somebody's joking or telling the truth, but apparently are played by some people are saying that one of them was Dave Filoni.
Let's see. Oh yeah, this clip. This is from episode 3, Hera's Heroes. I love that title, by the way. Actually, no. Okay. Here's the weird thing. They say it's episode 3, yet the actual the list that came out years ago said it's episode 5, Hera's Heroes, which I love that title, by the way. It's based on one of my favorite TV shows, Hogan's Heroes. Heroes, here, da 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 da. Thrawn's gonna be the Colonel. We already have a Colonel Clink character. Thrawn's Colonel Clink.
Also, apparently, so first of all, I was right. Thrawn's on Ryloth. Secondly, I was right. This is Thrawn's base of operations. Third, there's a trap door. That's going to come back. Calling it. Fourth, apparently those are Dave Filoni and Freddie Prinze Jr.
Oh, that's cool.
Probably.
That's cool.
So I guess Thrawn's operating out of Ryloth in this. I guess in the season. Or is it? I know he's in Ryloth in this episode, but he said he was visiting. So I'm not quite sure.
Yeah, but we see this base again. I'm guessing they destroyed and then he just runs off and he's like, okay,
well,
see you.
They do destroy it. Remember, this is the.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying.
In
Like, it's probably pretty early.
I
know. So they probably destroyed pretty early.
This also looks like where Thrawn kind of had that anger moment. Like in that, remember that clip I showed you where Thrawn's like taking that guy and gives him like a snarl?
Mm-hmm.
That's also in this. That's that guy, that Imperial guy.
And we see this explode, obviously. I think this is the place we saw in that one trailer, that giant thing that somebody was looking at.
Yeah, that's it. This is the place.
Yeah,
is his base being Ryloth in Legends?
No. He's in a Star Destroyer most of the time. I don't know if this is...
Does he ever leave it?
Yes, he does, to go to some... He visits Hanukkah and Wayland.
Oh, yeah, because there was the shuttle
And he
scene.
also visits a couple of other places along the way. He's gonna go through.
Yeah, he never does anything with Ryloth. Mainly because I don't think they had really formulated Ryloth yet as a planet in the EU at this point. It wasn't really until
Twilight home planet.
It was Ryloth. It's just they hadn't done much with the Twi'lek culture. That was mainly in the prequel era. Was when they started to establish the whole culture revolve around slavery and sex slaves and stuff like that, and the disgustingness of them.
And Hera's doing a French accent because the Ryloth are now French. That means
which Connor's just gonna get so pissed.
That means that Cham Syndulla is Charles de Gaulle. He's the Charles de Gaulle of Star Wars.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so Ezra's shorter than Hera. Still, I love that fact. Thrawn's cheekbones are very sunken in.
He likes to keep a good figure.
I'm guessing this is leading into that scene where he's interrogating Hera.
This is that episode. This is totally
practically just rubbing against her Leteku or whatever it's called. Leku.
He's ready to get it on.
I could make a really bad joke, but I'm not going to.
He's like your favorite character. Why do you ruin him for yourself?
It's not ruining it, it's improving it.
Wait, whoa, what?
Thrawn's too good for... Wait, what?
Wait, what, Joel?
I just realized what Joel just said.
Yeah, I was just saying,
holy shit.
All the best Star Wars characters. You know.
All of the Star Wars characters do that?
Mhm.
Dude! Think about what you're saying.
I know.
No. Cole, explain what he just accidentally implied.
You're implying that Thrawn basically is in it for the sex slaves.
No. Yeah, exactly that.
What's wrong, dude?
You essentially just said that you just said that all the best Star Wars characters essentially are rapists.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Well,
You just
Palpatine,
said
Vader,
that.
and Thrawn. So yeah, you got the best Star Wars characters. Everyone else isn't.
Palpatine didn't. Palpatine was only with Isard.
What's he acting with Isard?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, she was like a third his age, but still.
He's the Emperor, man. He's the.
Oh yeah, he. Yeah, Padme survived.
But Darth Vader still lived.
Padme and I can have one. Kind of a time.
We will have that.
Oh man, I just want to watch the first time movie.
I was about to say, did
the fan
Vader have a
fiction.
significant other, but then I'm like, oh yeah, his stuff wasn't there anymore.
I keep saying this. They were burnt. They're still there.
The fan fictions, my friend.
Poor Afra. But yeah, so new Star Wars novel, which is $50 for a 128-page novel. Figure that out.
But I actually know this guy. He's done a lot of stuff.
Yeah, he did. He works closely with Jason Fry. I'm guessing Jason Fry collaborates with him on this. But Star Wars on the front lines. Notes on tactics, armor, and valor from the galactic conflicts. It's essentially the new continuity version from like the trooper point of view of the Essential Guide to Warfare, but without all the really cool conflicts that nobody had ever thought about. Like the Gank Massacres. Plug for my fanfiction that I wrote about them.
Plug. I'm gonna be interested in what they do with the First Order stuff.
Oh yeah, we could find out what the hell they are.
That's gonna be fun. I actually can't wait.
Still waiting.
Still waiting.
Also, big illustrations.
This book looks cool. I'm gonna buy it. I don't know about you. I'm gonna buy it.
What if the big disappointment to episode 8 is finding out that the First Order isn't much of anything? That would suck.
We're nothing really.
We find out that like Snoke's just some dude.
Yeah.
Hey, my big theory is Snoke is the disembodied brain of Darth Maul.
That's one really deformed brain.
Yeah.
It's Darth Maul. He always survives and comes back.
Oh yeah, I mean, as I was saying last week, I think that Maul is actually Snoke's chair.
Well, with spikes and everything, I'd assume so.
I just want to see now Darth Maul
That'd be
versus...
a horrible chair to sit on then.
I just want Darth Maul versus
Snoke,
Boba
so who
Fett.
knows?
Battle of the fan bases. Dawn of fanboys.
It'd be funny as if the way we like do a crossover with Legends is by having it be revealed that like Snoke is actually just like a Vong that like got sent through a wormhole.
Crisis on Infinite Star Wars.
And then like we have the new canon characters versus the Legends characters, and since the new continuity like severely like not buffs. What's the opposite of buffing in video games?
Depowered?
Depowered.
You sure it's not depowered?
Like there's
Handicap.
I guess just handicapped. Like, so it's severely like how the new continuity kind of severely handicaps a lot of characters and their strength.
Yes.
I would love to see like everyone face off against each other, and then it's just like they all just like force push. Because again, the old canon equivalents of Finn, Rey, and Poe are Corrin, Tyle, and Jaina, all of which are members of the Jedi Order or Jedi Council.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
That would be fun. I'd love to see.
To be fair, Rey's pretty OP right now. He can be.
Yeah, but Jaina mother effing Solo.
Plot twist: Kyle Katarn is Snoke.
Plot twist: Kyle Katarn is not Snoke, but his beard is. He shaved it and it wants revenge.
He's a real twat.
Yeah, so
We got
Star Wars Classified. we have a solicit that is classified. There are going to be 2 comics coming out in December for a new, classified 1 and 2, which come out in December. One will be 40 pages, the other will be 32. It's the new Star Wars series by Kieran Gillen, drawn by Kev Walker, who did just the cover of Republic 55, which is the iconic Battle of Jabim Obi-Wan cover.
Hooray! Karen Gillan comes back for more, thank goodness.
Yep.
Oh, new hope. I wonder what it could be about.
Maybe, potentially...
Maybe they'll do, like, maybe they will do Kylo Ren, but it'll be like his search for the map. Like, they can parallel the Poe damage.
Isn't Terex the one being sent after the map, though?
Well, but Kylo Ren gotta be doing something.
I don't know. I think he might just be polishing his Vader helmet.
That's true.
Yeah, that or stroking his hair.
Yeah, he's just, sitting around whining, probably blogging the whole time. He's just on the finalizer blogging. It's possible that it could also be
Rogue One related?
whatchamacallit. Yeah, possibly Rogue One related. It could be the characters of that movie. It could be set before or after.
Maybe Saw Gerrera.
Possibly. The weird thing is, if it's an ongoing, I kind of want it to be something that won't have to end quickly. Like, that's why I don't want it to be a Rogue One related thing, and I don't want any more Galactic Civil War stuff. I kind of want either post Return of the Jedi, with how the problem is the Empire gets destroyed so quickly there.
They'll find a way.
I'm really hoping that it's like a prequel era thing, like maybe something about Qui-Gon, maybe
Count Dooku.
Yeah, Dooku would be great.
Maybe a recanonized story of Django.
Maul.
I was just gonna say that it could be Django's story. I was thinking maybe even an anthology or maybe like a story about Django or someone, or Dooku, like with the birth of the Separatists. Like, it'd be interesting to see an entire book, all like, because you have a 10-year gap that you can fill in that they've already experimented with. It's possible that you could do an entire series just about why Poggle joined, why Watt joined, why Rune. What was Rune doing during this time?
Rune Hako?
Yeah.
He was being Newt Gunray's assistant.
Exactly. What was he doing? Was he getting him coffee? Was he, going to the store and buying him his, new hat?
He was looking for the droid cars. He was waiting for the droid cars. Where are those droid cars? That's what the next comic will be. The droid cars. It's just about droid cars.
Here's the adventures of one droidica. Wait, there's those 2 droidicas that Anakin and Obi-Wan don't destroy in Episode 3. Maybe they escaped, and they have fun adventures throughout the galaxy.
The last survivor of the Separatist.
Cole, what are you saying?
Does coffee actually exist in the Star Wars universe?
Yeah, it's called Calf.
Oh, of course it's Calf.
Stupid names. But yeah.
Sorry.
Maybe it is an Obi-Wan thing. Maybe it's... I kind of want a Seppi thing just because the Separatists are fascinating.
Well,
it'd be fun.
Well, if you want a Seppi thing, the closest thing we're probably going to get to that is the episode Last Battle in Rebels. That's going to be the one with the droids, where the Seppis come back for one last showdown with Rex.
But that's the droids, not necessarily the Separatists. Like I kind of want to talk about why the Separatists are the way they are, and not just in the way that we did it in TCW, where it's like,
I don't even know.
There are good Separatists, but they're betrayed by Dooku, which
I don't know.
And they're like, there's heroes on both sides, and we never actually explain. Like, they're just like, we don't agree with the Republic. Why? Well, we don't agree with the Republic. It's like, that's not a debate, Dave.
Yate.
Like that. Heroes on Both Sides is one of the worst episodes in TCW ever. It's utter trash. But like, I would love to see something maybe even a Grievous thing, like fix Grievous, because I just finished Star Wars Visionaries last night,
Hashtag
and
make Grievous great again. Make Grievous.
yes, the end of that comic, Palpatine is like Grievous is chopping to shreds. He's using Stifo Dyas' lightsaber, and he's just chopping up a bunch of Machina guards for the first time. And Palpatine's talking to Dooku, and he's like, he says like, oh, good, he'll serve us well, this automaton or something. And Grievous like breaks like one, he like grabs one of the Machina guards and screams, "I am not a droid!" And he rips the Machina guard in half, and then he turns around and says, "I am General Grievous." And then it's just the most epic moment ever. Like, I want to see that.
Let's see. Well, it's called Classified, so do you guys have anything?
Well, it's not called Classified. That's just the marker.
Well, here's an interesting thing. There are going to be lots of variants, and one of them is called the droid variant.
Yeah, people are thinking it might be about Aphra and her droids, but I think that's wrong, because why would it be? If it's a variant, it's not going to be the normal thing. Oh, that might actually lend itself to my separatist theory.
Oh, that would be kind of cool.
Like it's just like an entire comic, like maybe they could do like a joke issue. Well, actually, we did with BB-8 with that backup feature in Poe #1.
That's true.
We could possibly do that with some battle droids to show the adventures of, I want to see the life and times of the battle droid that got combined with 3PO.
It's going through a midlife crisis.
What was going on in his head at that exact time? Or like maybe those two super battle droids don't get destroyed. I want to see like because there's that comic like Bink and like what's his face, like Save the Universe or whatever.
Those two.
And like
I remember those.
Yeah, like
two.
those
they were
two
everywhere.
rebels who are in everything.
And who became Imperial Guards.
I want that for droids. Like I want to have like the adventures of like every single character who just survived. Like what's the life story of those two stormtroopers who walk away when Kylo's having a hissy fit?
Goodness only.
Like who do you think they are? Like why are they part of the first story? Like that's what I love about the EU. It explores these questions that nobody asked.
Yeah.
Like that's something the new canon is yet to do for me. Is give me the answer to a question I didn't know I wanted the answer to.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes that turns out bad. Midi-chlorians cough.
Exactly.
Sometimes good. Like pretty much every time they bring it up, because it's always weird. But yeah, so this could be great.
I mean, it's Kieran Gillen. I mean, the writing's going to be good, I think. I mean,
yeah, definitely.
I mean, depending on the era aside, I think it's going to be just a good quality written book. Oh, I'm excited anyway for that. I don't know. Part of me kind of still wants Kylo Ren. I want to see his take on Kylo Ren. Deadpool also suggested like maybe Darth Maul, just how he got to where he got. And I kind of want to see both for different reasons. Yeah,
that'd be cool. Showing like pre-TPM Maul.
That too.
Or potentially him between
like
whatchamacallit, like maybe show what was going on with him after TCW, because I mean Sam Witwer pointed something out in an interview that Maul's final words in Clone Wars were "Have mercy" or "Please show mercy," and his first lines in Rebels were "The Sith have no," or "There is no mercy."
Ooh.
Or, like mercy is a weakness. It's like, oh man, so there's something happened to that guy.
Well,
that made him a lot more of a Sith. Even though he says he's not a Sith, he's a lot more of one than he ever was before.
Well, you do know what happened to Son of Dathomir, right?
Yeah, Mother Talzin dies, the Death Watch save him, and he runs off.
And then, of course, Siege of Mandalore, he was supposed to, something was he and Ahsoka where, had that clash. Like, that was sort of like the big wrap-up for Clone, or we're going to be the wrap-up for Clone Wars, or at least one of them. Season end, at least, was, taking down Maul. I assume that he would have died by then, but gotta keep... Maul lives. He's like
because...
He's like... I love the irony of Maul. Everyone complained that he died in the first movie. Now we complain because he stayed around.
Yeah, and just
He's like the Baxter Stockman of TMNT 2003.
exactly. I don't hate Maul, but I think he's just I don't like TCW Maul. I don't like the New Continuity Maul because he's just. I mean, I like the idea of him being more of like a wild animal and everything, but
I
just
seem like kind of
it's just like, oh, this character's a cool looking character, so let's bring him in without really a reason for it.
now we're stuck with him.
Exactly. I think they need to run damage control and just kill him.
They were in Twilight the Apprentice, but they kept him around for some reason.
Yeah.
I read that. I read that in an interview somewhere. Where did I read that? That was Star Wars Underworld. That was right. That's where I read it.
Yeah, so Cole, what do you think is going to happen?
Oh yeah. Who do you want to see get a comic?
Who do I want to see get a comic?
Yeah, who do you think Kieran Gill's gonna write for?
If I had my say, I would say Django. I'd love to see a recanonization because now with the funny thing about episode 2 is the one story that gives Zam relevance is now gone, so now that character has no reason to exist.
Oh yeah, they could totally do a book about like bounty hunters in that era because, they weren't just working for the Empire.
Bounty hunters are around forever, a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they can fit the Django story if they do a Count Dooku story. How long did? Clearly Count Dooku and Django know each other.
They've known each other for 10 years before Attack of the Clones.
Yeah, so I'm sure Count Dooku hired Jango Fett for some stuff for when he was forming the Separatist.
Well, definitely, because remember that was the test.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And it'd be interesting to see how like those two guys we saw in Clone Cadets got picked.
Yeah.
Maybe even show some clone training stuff.
I'm just curious to see what they're gonna do. It's kind of weird that we don't know. Like, I don't know if it's gonna tie in with the movies or not.
Yeah, I'm almost wondering if that's why, if it's a spoiler.
Well, you kind of have to ask yourself, do they want to, episode 8's probably gonna answer lots of questions. Do they want to start setting that up now? Because, okay, let's see. It's coming out in December, right?
Yes.
Okay, so they do start now in December. That gives you 12 months. That only gives you 12 issues to do something before episode 8 comes out, and all your answers, and hopefully all the answers are revealed. I keep saying hopefully. I'm sure they will be.
Except for Rey's parents.
Yeah. That for that. But that doesn't really give you much time to do like a real ongoing. I mean, even Vader got was technically ongoing, though stopping now. That at least got 25 issues. So that's a very short ongoing.
Well, sadly these days 12 issues is good.
Okay.
Most series don't make it past 8, sadly.
That's true. That's true. So, possible we could do 12 issues, just the Kylo Ren build-up. I mean, it'd be nice to see see Karen Gillan take on the First Order. That'd be cool. But yeah, it kind of depends on the scheduling and stuff like that.
I mean, it could possibly be that they just said classified because...
Maybe it's about Rey, because she technically classified.
Well, yeah, she does say, very classified.
Yeah, me too.
Secret business or whatever. It could be, though, that maybe it's tying into, like... somebody was speculating that it might be Vader Volume 2. Like, we might keep the Vader, like a book about Vader, but, like... they're just calling it classified to make sure... Well, the thing is, like, why would you keep it secret,
and why would you cancel the Vader book in the first place?
Yeah.
Kind of weird. I mean, I would love to see a post-Return of the Jedi Vader book. That seems interesting. I mean,
So somebody said, I still say Vader Volume 2 is possible, however, it'd be weird that they list it as classified to not spoil the ending of Vader 25. What are they holding back? Is that Vader's going to die at 25? And then somebody said, Jedi Ben said, Lord Vader, rise.
Huh.
which could happen. They could totally kill Vader off. I think it'd be a daring move.
Yeah, totally daring. It also
It
just
could be an Afro series.
I doubt that. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I don't know.
As long as it's not a Sana series, I'm fine.
Yeah. That Han Solo's crazy wife.
Well, not wife, but yeah, his
wife?
crazy, the crazy person who's like.
I've heard rumors she might appear in the Han Solo film. I've heard rumors.
Probably will.
At least it's nice. It's nice to see if that's true. Just connecting comics to the movies.
Yeah. I mean that Salonian will probably show up in there as well. But yeah,
Does classified mean anything, or are they just doing that as a gimmick?
No, it's not a gimmick. It's because they can't reveal it. That's what the speculation's about. Is why would they have it under wraps?
I thought there was sort of like a key, like, ooh, these might be like, maybe it's a hint like these are classified missions of some.
No, what it is that they need to ship these out to, or they need to, comic book stores need to know how many they're going to buy of something, and so they need to have it on solicits.
Okay.
So stores can get it ahead of time, like months early. So stores can put down their order. So they have. So even if they don't reveal what the title is or the covers and stuff like that, they will do. I've seen this before with Marvel, where they say classified. It's just for solicits.
Okay, so this could still be anything.
Yeah.
So right now, my big bet is Kylo Ren. I'm gonna put my money on Kylo Ren, just because we're sitting so close to Episode 8. It's coming out in December, and since Rogue One's coming in December.
You mean Episode 8's coming out in December next year? December
of next year. The comic coming out in December. And, and depending on, of course, when the comic comes out, like before Rogue One, after Rogue One. So, like, after Rogue One, okay, now we, like, I'm sure they're going to probably still milk out on Rogue One, but it's sort of like, once you're done with Rogue One, it's kind of like, okay, Episode 8, let's move on to the next thing. Let's get the hype train for that. So it can be that, tying to that as well. Get ready for that. So that's why I'm betting on Kylo Ren at the moment. Speaking of Kylo Ren and movies in general, we have news for Bob Iger. We're gonna get Star Wars film into the year 2021.
Yep. Well, 2021 and beyond. We've confirmed the 2020 spots, right?
Right.
Meaning that there will be there will be a third anthology, and more than that. He met with Kathleen Kennedy and a bunch of other major people, and they are discussing, there will be Star Wars movies past 2021. And to all those people who thought that they would just stop at 6 movies.
Well, here's an interesting thought. What if they stop with the trilogies, but then they just want to make anthology films now after that?
I would say that they're always going to do trilogies. Maybe not with these characters, but in the same way that Episode 7 is in comparison to the Skywalker saga, where it's its own trilogy, like it's kind of a spin-off trilogy in a way.
Yeah, I mean,
even though it's technically called Episode 7, I'm thinking we might get like a trilogy going at all times. It just might not be about the children of the Skywalkers.
You mean like a trilogy set in the great past during the great Sith Wars of old and stuff like that?
Yeah, I mean, I keep saying TOTJ trilogy. I still say that every single... I would want this even more than KOTOR. I would want every single story from SWTOR to get a film. If not, pair them off. And then do Knights of the Fallen Empire. Or then do Shadow of Revan and Knights of the Fallen Empire as films.
That'd be cool. I mean, I don't know. They might just adapt.
Yeah, I think you'd have to do KOTOR though before you did Shadow of Revan. Yeah.
But more than anything, I want the Sith Warrior storyline. It'd be amazing.
I wouldn't put it past them to one day do it. I think they'll one day do it. I think we're gonna get that one day.
The problem is they're just gonna stick to. Here's a question. Somebody on on some forums was talking about what do you think is gonna happen? Like, will the next moving forward will the First Order and the Remnants of the Empire be destroyed in Episode 10 or Episode 9?
Ooh,
yes.
Tuffy.
Assuming there's another trilogy.
Tough question. That's a good
I kind of hope so, and I really hope something akin to the Lost Tribe of the Sith, or to like Kydus or to some of like the Shadow Academies or whatever is the villain for the next trilogy.
Ooh, that's a tough one.
I want a pure Sith villain. Like not just an army that happens to be ruled by a Sith or two, but like straight up a Sith army.
Well, that's a good question. I mean, a lot of that nostalgia stuff generally just was just J.J. Abrams, and after now that he's kind of gone. I mean, yeah, he's still executive producer, but you know, I don't really think he's getting that involved anymore. Now you got other directors and stuff. It's sort of like, you know, they're a lot more willing to do that kind of stuff. And you know, I mean, Rogue One looked like. I mean, Rogue One didn't take stuff directly from the expanded universe, but it definitely is heavily influenced by it. I mean, is there
kinda? I mean, Jyn Erso's pretty clearly Jan Ors.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah. I mean, I've been saying that for a while. I've been saying that too for a while.
Yeah, it's in the name, and I would say the TIE Striker is the TIE Defender, but the TIE Defender. Or I keep forgetting to bring this up. The TIE Defender's canon again.
Yeah. I wanted to see that.
Just you can use it. Well, you can't fly it yourself, but you can spawn it in the Death Star DLC.
That sounds awesome. What was that?
And 2 of Kyle Katarn's guns are canon. So fuck yeah.
I mean, yeah. I mean, okay. Well, we're talking more than just the movie. Like, have you seen? Like, I don't know. Maybe we will see this. Like, but Rogue One had taking like this character or this weapon from the expanded universe and putting it in the movie. At least not yet. I mean, maybe they will. Maybe.
I hope they do. I mean,
Rogue One's definitely EU heavily inspired. I mean, Krennic would be something straight out of an EU book.
Oh yeah. I mean, he essentially is. But like, I'm really thinking they might go like Lost Tribe or something. Maybe I hope. I don't know if I go Vong yet. I build a Jedi Order up, which is why I say that's something doing a Lost Tribe as well.
Well, clearly the other directors are a lot more willing to use EU stuff. So I'm kind of like, I mean, are they allowed to? It's like one of those things that are they allowed to? Is it more just the director's choice, prevalence? Which are like, will they? Won't they? I mean, I don't know what EU stuff Rian Johnson's going to be inspired by, or if he uses it at all. I'm sure he'll use something. I wouldn't be surprised if the words Ashla and Bogan appear in Episode 8.
Yeah, definitely.
But it's one of those things, like, we just don't know. We don't know what they're planning. Some things can change after a while, after 10 years. I mean, you know, like, I remember, I mean, you know, how everybody says, you know, Phase 1 of Marvel was kind of popcorny, and, you know, as Con would put it, necessary evil in a certain sense. I mean, I like certain Phase 1's movies, don't get me wrong. But it's not like now you look at Phase 3 and, you know, we got Civil War and look at how amazing that is.
I'm sorry. Somebody said to the response of, will the First Order be defeated? No, but downgraded to the Second Order.
It's possible. I mean, if they the First Order could just...
That should be Luke's, like, badass line. Or that should be, like, Finn's like badass line as fast was like, the First Order will never die. He's like, sure, but you'll be the Second Order. And he'll shoot her.
I mean, I would be.
And he puts on glasses and then he's like, yeah. As like Poe and KMT's character just walk away from an explosion. But yeah. So carry on.
It's one of those weird things, you know. You don't know we don't even know how this trilogy is going to end, because it's not like Eric says. It's technically not a trilogy. I mean, it could be, but we're getting Star Wars films forever. They can go on forever. Like, do they go the Pirates of the Caribbean route? Where, I mean, not in terms of quality, hopefully, but in terms of, you know, like how the first 3 kind of are a trilogy, kind of. And then the rest are kind of more spin-off-y. So, I heard that Orlando Bloom's coming for the next one.
Yes, I guess.
But another story. So, yeah, it's kind of... I don't know. Cole, where do you think they're going to go?
I would hope we get something prequel era, because most stuff that I've been seeing nowadays that's being released Star Wars-wise has been more Empire, Galactic, Civil War era. I would love something like akin to the prequel era, or just something like that.
I am sick to death of stormtroopers.
And I'm sick to death of stormtroopers getting shot to death.
Yeah.
You know, they.
I mean, punched to death maybe, but shot to death no.
You know that they're probably not. They're
when
going to
the
keep
Ewoks did
milking.
it was kind of entertaining.
You know they're going to keep milking the OT era for what it's worth for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like, it'd be
sadly.
so cool to get, like, the freaking, like, Great Hyperspace War and have, like, Republic troops with, like, spears and stuff. Or, like, Dawn of the Jedi, or, like, that's the great thing about the EU, is you had stuff that was completely foreign that you didn't even resemble stuff. Like, TOTJ looked so different, and...
Or even get Exar Kun and Ulic Goldroma.
Good.
Yeah, that's TOTJ. Just use those characters.
Yeah.
I mean, hell, straight up, I would say have Rey building her New Order on Yavin 4.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Yavin 4 has a bunch of colonies, but maybe Poe, since he knows Yavin 4 is, like, helping her start the Order, and then it's like, they meet Exar Kun, and then he's just, like, there. Like, you could totally do that. You could totally do what was Luke's stories from the EU, but with Luke and Rey.
Yeah.
I could see them doing that.
She could be Kip. She could be possessed.
I mean, I could see them doing that. That seems like something they'll do. I don't know. Kind of just depends on what the plan is after the new trilogy. So, like, once we're done with that, where do we go from there? I don't know.
I guess we'll have to watch and find out.
I guess I'll have to.
I guess to a slightly closer galaxy not so long ago.
Well, we are strangely getting a Qui-Gon thing in the main Star Wars arc, and Catalyst is a prequel era thing. That's an improvement.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of want maybe like a thing about some Jedi doing stuff. I mean, I recently read Outlander and Emissaries of Malastare, and while neither were great stories, and I think they missed the point of the Jedi of that era, I do really like seeing Jedi going on little missions and stuff, especially Plo Koon. Give me Plo Koon stuff.
Yeah. Plo Koon, that's that's a new comic. Plo Koon.
It would be amazing to get like an ongoing about like several Jedi.
Classified missions of the Jedi.
Classified has nothing to do with the thing.
I know, but they could make it that. I would make it promotional for the money. It's gonna be interesting to see what next year.
How does classified make it more money?
Because it sounds cool. Classified.
That's classified, Joel.
The classified Tales of the Jedi. The
Sith classifieds.
Knights of the Classified Old Republic.
Yeah.
Classified Heir to the Empire.
Classified Vader. That's actually kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
Vader classified. Dun 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 dun. Dun, dun.
Strong classified.
Vader, class of 2005.
That's true because you graduate from. No, that's where he started Sith school.
Exactly.
He started.
Sith Academy. It could be like Gotham Academy, but about the Sith.
Oh God! I could
not Jedi Academy, Sith.
Sith
so you have like
Palpatine's
just the
principal.
insanity of the kids just killing each other on Korriban.
Oh, I want that, but like Palpatine's the principal, and then you got.
Oh, they could do my idea of
Reverend
the ghosts like during Crate like training. The ghosts of all the Sith are just like having a sitcom, and so like again like my idea like Palpatine's the principal, like Revan and Malak are like the best friends who are like the former best friends.
I do it where the cool Sith are the teachers, and then you got these new Siths who have to learn. Like Revan teaches philosophy, and Bane's like the gym teacher.
I don't know, the gym teacher should totally be like somebody you wouldn't expect at all, like
Palpatine.
No. Because Palpatine's like fast as all hell. That guy's a freaking Viper. Man, like who would be a good gym teacher, like a shit gym teacher, but
Malak?
like you wouldn't expect.
Malak?
Traya.
Malak would be public speak. Malak would be speech.
Traya.
Get it?
No, I know
he doesn't have a jaw.
I know who the gym teacher would be, but it would be kind of fitting. That'd be Scion.
Oh man, and then like who would be? If Vader would be like home. What do you call it? Like family education or whatever.
Home therapy.
Yeah, whatever it is.
Homemaking? No.
Well, you have to learn how to like cook and stuff like that. Yeah, and like Vader does that, and then oh man, who would teach? Who would be the person who would teach? Like who would give the talk?
Plagueis.
Yes.
Oh, that makes sense.
Well,
That
you
makes
see, when a
talks
Sith
about the
Lord in the
midichlorians.
midichlorians and want to be immortal very much, the chosen one is born. Because the Force is a bitch.
What would Trey's job be?
She would be philosophy teacher.
Oh, okay. Then I guess Revan would be. What would Revan be then? I chose
Well,
Revan.
Revan's her
would be
intern.
the assistant.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Revan would be the intern.
And then Marco
again,
Ragnos
Malik
is
would be
the
the former intern who's all pissy.
Marco Ragnos
he
is
didn't
the
get picked.
superintendent. He's the superintendent.
And then like Ajunta Paul is like he's like Kelso in Scrubs where he's quit but he still sticks around every single day.
Oh,
He's just like, I'm still relevant, right?
They
Who
should
would
have made more stories.
Vitiate be?
Vitiate would be hall monitor because he thinks he's more powerful than he really is. He's just like that whole like this galaxy is mine and it's time for me to claim it once more. He's like, this hallway is mine and it's time for me to claim it once more. Unless you have a pass.
We gotta write this. We gotta write this fan fiction. And the main characters like these punk kids, and they have the wacky adventures, and they have to deal with all these teachers. It's like Tiny Toons, but with Sith Lords.
Exactly.
Was there any more news we had to go over? We're getting really off track.
I know, but
nope.
I now want Red to write this.
Unless people want us to pitch our show.
Sith Academy.
Yes, Sith Academy.
We'll start a Kickstarter.
This could actually work on DXD.
Make it happen, Filoni.
Yeah, this could actually work. This would be cartoonish for the perfect.
I know, it'd be amazing. Robot Chicken would totally do this if they could.
Oh, I love it already.
Oh, and then there's like a no escalators roll.
Oh god. Yeah.
And then like wide Palpatine's like, shut up, there's no escalator. Like, oh man, like what would who would teach science?
Plagueis would also teach science.
No, probably like Naga Sadao because he's magic, so it's like the opposite.
Oh, that's great.
He's just like, oh, well, he just like how do electrons work? He's like, I don't know, but I can shoot lightning from my fingers, so who cares?
And would that make Ludo Crash like the religious teacher then? Like...
Tenna versus math.
Wait, what about Ludo Crash? He would be like the religious teacher, which is the opposite of math. No. Wait, yeah.
Oh yeah, he'd be the theology teacher.
And Sadao hate each other, and they're next door. Their classes are next door.
They have a cubicle. Like it's like, oh my gosh, alternate pitch. The Office Star Wars version.
I want both now. Just
it's them grown up. It's so like Ludo Crash and August now have to like share like a desk clump, and so they're like Dwight and Jim. Do you guys watch The Office?
I know about The Office, and
I've seen bits and pieces.
Oh, so like they could be that way, and then just oh man, every sitcom could totally be like so much better if they were Sith Lords.
What about Frasier? Frasier Sith Lord. I've been binge watching Frasier, so it's like.
Who would be Frasier?
Because I'm with sophistication, class, but also pretty.
He's like completely full of himself.
Who's this? Vitiate? Nah.
Yeah, he's not soft spoken. He's like the opposite. Nah,
No.
No.
If you need anything in the background, I'm sorry. I'm watching New Hope as well. Yeah, they're in the Tuscan race. Luke got get attacked by Tuscans.
Were there any comics y'all need to review?
I have 2 comics, but I might wait until Monster Men Night of thing is over. Just Batman's. So the Batman issue's really good, but he doesn't have ears. On his, he has like the shortest ears ever. Mm-hmm. It's really weird. But so like there's a storm, and then like there's giant monsters that come out of nowhere, and they realize that it's Ego Strange, and it's essentially the Batman version of Attack on Titans.
Interesting.
That sounds amazing.
I actually have something to review this week. I recently purchased Doom Coalition 3, the third volume of the Eighth Doctor's ongoing adventures. The Eighth Doctor is going up a group of evil Time Lords who aren't anybody we actually know, because they are part of a conspiracy to destroy the universe and save Gallifrey, because a Time Lord looked into the Matrix and saw Gallifrey's future, and each time he saw it, Gallifrey gets destroyed no matter what, be it war, famine, disease, or something else. So pretty much, Gallifrey wants to get out of being screwed, because that's its inevitable fate. Because it's Gallifrey.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So yeah, it's actually pretty good. There were some really good episodes, some stories, and lots of, like, tiny, wimey done right, where it's sort of like past future doctors helping out past doctor by doing things in the future that affect the past. And it's actually pretty cool when you think about it. It actually makes sense. So yeah, buy it. Big finish. It's awesome. Boy, we got distracted with that Sith Academy, Sith Office thing.
Exactly. And you guys need to watch The Office, and then we can totally plan that out.
I still want to do Sith Academy. Both. We can do both.
What would Maul be?
He'd be the janitor.
Maul's the janitor. He's like all sad.
No, but
he needs a kid to unlock the door.
He's a crazy janitor, though. He's sort of like the one...
Exactly, because he needs another person to unlock the door. And like, you can't get into the bathroom unless you understand that you recite the code.
He needs an apprentice. And he's like trying to climb back up the ranks, but he can't. He's like, it's like in Rebels. He's the crazy old... He's crazy now. He's just crazy. Poor Savage' assistant. Okay, folks. I think that's it, unless we had anything else we need to say.
Nope. Just listen to us, Pablo.
Listen to it, and Filoni. You too. We'll put our scripts out on these.
I dare you to actually write this down.
I will. I have to think of some main characters, though, and that's always hard, because it's more fun writing pre-established characters. I'm sorry, it is. Why do you think they brought Thrawn and Maul into Rebels Season 3? I hope they don't kill him off. Please don't kill him off. Dave, if you do, don't do it. Don't go into that fire. Don't touch the button.
And then Thrawn is the snooty like the snooty private school like headmaster who's like down the street.
And then you got the goody goodies of Jedi Academy who like we can actually get they're Jehovah's Witnesses. Oh god!
And they have like a Yoda like pamphlet, and they're like, do you have time for our Lord and Savior Yoda?
I have a better one. I've heard this joke before. Luke Skywalker comes to them and he goes, "Do you have time to talk about the virgin birth?" And one person goes, "You mean Jesus?" "No, my father."
It's like that.
Before we get further off track.
No, well, we keep recording. This is gonna be fun.
And so then, let's see. So like, you know that awesome moment in Star Trek 09 with like the Yo Mama joke.
Oh no, I haven't seen you.
They're like, what about it's an amazing achievement, Spock, given your disadvantage. To what are you referring? Your human mother. And always like, he declines it, and he's like, oh, I'm not angry. I just decided, not to join. Live long and prosper. And then he just walks out. It's like, I would love it if, like, Luke is just, like, about to get, like, assigned or whatever, and he, like, says... So, like, no, he was talking to Plagueis, and Plagueis is just like, oh, I created your father. And then he's just like, yeah, well, there's no death. There's only the Force. Just, like, walks away. And Plagueis is like, I know there's no death. And then Palpatine's like, do you? Do you really want to bet on that, buddy? And he's like, what? Nothing. Just drink this wine.
Oh, if you could do that, they should totally like some weird subplot of Vader and Plagueis having an awkward relationship. They're like weird, like, you're technically my dad.
You just end the first season. Oh, you have an episode where Plagueis is like not there the entire time, and then it's like that episode of The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air where his dad comes back.
Oh.
And he's just talking to Plagueis, and he's like, "Why did you want me?"
And then, oh my god, no, and then
Plagueis walks away, and he realizes that Palpatine was the the only the only father he ever needed.
And then Vader's like, "Well, you don't want me."
And he hugs Palpatine, and he's like, "Sheep."
And Palpatine's like having an awkward moment.
No, like Palpatine's just crying, and he's so happy. It's like, aw.
Oh, they truly are father and son.
And then we just got to him throwing Palpatine down the shaft.
Oh god, he kicks him out. Okay, I think we've done it.
Yeah,
okay.
I think that was the perfect way to end it.
Until next time, JD123.
I'm Ridley Antilles.
I'm Miracle telling you, may the force be with you, and good night.
Always.